Kate and Kajira Gaming. Welcome if you are new. You can call me KK. And today we are finishing up our Feel Your Emotions Inside Out Speed Build series with the final room on our second floor for Inside Out 2. If you guys are new to this series, last week I started working on a room for every single emotion in Inside Out and Inside Out 2 because we officially have an update from DLV on when the next realm is going to be launched. The next realm, as of the date of this recording, which is August 12th, is going to be Inside Out, and they are releasing it next week on August 20th. So we are preparing for our emotions to take over the valley, and we are finishing up with anxiety. Let's go ahead and let's get started. This build for anxiety is going to end up being the quickest build that I have done out of the entire series. And that's because all I'm basically doing with this main floor is I am replicating what I did on the previous floor for Joy is I'm making it half console, half anxiety's room. So the console is going to mimic exactly what I did in the last video for Joy and the console room. So the front half is going to look exactly the same, except we're going to have the Inside Out 2 emotions. And then the back half is going to end up being anxiety's room. So to separate the room, I'm using these memory orb machines. This was from a premium shop, I believe, God, a couple of years ago at this point. And I say a couple as if DLV's been out for forever. Now I think we're going on year 3. But this is what we're working on. And replacing where I had Bing Bong, I am using this statue of who is Riley's game crush, which is mentioned during the Inside Out 2 movie. So I thought it was just a nice nod to kind of tie in this movie and show that she's grown up from Bing Bong to fantasizing over anime characters, because don't we all in our preteen and teen and even some of our adult years? Not gonna lie there. Now, the Inside Out 2 franchise brought us 4 emotions. They brought us envy, ennui, embarrassment, and anxiety. Anxiety in Inside Out 2 is the main emotion holder. So, of course, I had to put her front and center. And ennui, which is boredom, has always been seen lounging on a couch. So I just put an orange couch to tie in anxiety in the front and just positioned the mannequin for ennui over here. Now, for the back, there isn't honestly a lot of orange things in DLV, so I had to take some creative liberty on how to get things positioned the way I wanted them to. But I think in the end, it turned out super cute. Just as cramped as Joy, but still riding on anxiety's own personality traits. I did go ahead and use Touch of Magic to make a bed. This one was super simple. I just kept it orange and white. And then for the blanket slash bedding pattern, in the Touch of Magic motifs, there is this striped version. So I just changed it from blue to orange to match Anxiety's shirt. And then to kind of try to make it look not as chaotic, I just went with some squares and rectangles in either solid orange or white to try to break up some of this striping. I did try to look for other motifs to put possibly on the solid white portion or even the solid orange pillows, but I couldn't find anything that really spoke to me and looked okay. So I think this turned out perfect just the way it is, and just that little bit of striping on the blanket itself really tied in Anxiety's sweatshirt. Now, on my mannequin that I made for Anxiety, we don't have an orange striped shirt. I did not feel like creating one in Touch of Magic, so I just took an orange and white striped Christmas sweater, and we're just kind of gonna roll with it. The kitchen was a little bit harder to do, so I ended up using, I believe this is from Turning Red, and then there's, I want to say it's the Turning Red, like kitchen counter things. They're from the premium shop. They aren't exactly orange, but they aren't exactly red. And these cupboards here that I'm using behind the white memory boards to kind of just add a little more interest to the space. These are from the new Storybook Veil Part 2 update. So the only way to get those is if you do have Storybook Veil because they are considered DLC items. So they're only available in Storybook Veil. But I feel like they have that like hint of orange in the wood tone and kind of just tied it all together a little bit. And it also replaced the fact that I don't really have orange counters or tables that I could make a little mock kitchen out of. These little orange rugs that I'm plopping everywhere are also from Storybook Vale. You can get these orange leaf rugs from creating one of these story puzzle boards in the library. If you go talk to the lore keeper, she gives you puzzles to reorder, and this is one of the prizes that you get, and you can order more of them from Scrooge's shop. Words are really hard today, you guys. I am so sorry. The last couple of Inside Out videos, I would have been finished by now, but we still have a whole couple of minutes left. So I'm going to finish this space off with some of these Savannah chairs to kind of tie in the orange. Just situate the door a little bit so that everything in here is still functional. You can still get to every part of this build. We don't really have a lot of orange art, so I'm just trying to find anything that kind of possibly looks orange or falls into the orange category. I do own basically everything in Scrooge and Premium Shop, so it's not for a lack of not having items, it's for a lack that there are no orange items. But here you go, you guys. We are getting ready to tour the final floor of Inside Out 2. This is Anxiety and the console floor. This was a challenge put on by Dreamlight Valley Adults After Dark for our Modman team. You can find them linked down below in that description box if you guys want to join in on the challenge to recreate some of your favorite emotions from Inside Out and Inside Out 2. We'd love to have you over there. I was originally tasked with doing Disgust, which was the first room that I did, which is linked either down in the cards or up above somewhere. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today on this final Inside Out room build series. This was a lot of fun. It was definitely quite a challenge to be able to make these rooms and using only what DLV had in stock, which wasn't much, honestly, for a couple of the more obscure colors like orange or even purple, which was quite a shock, but I feel like the rooms came out quite well. If you guys did enjoy this series or enjoy Cozy Game content, be sure to give this video a great big thumbs up. It really and truly does help me in the algorithm. And let me know in the comments down below which room in this entire series was your favorite. I think I did end up saying that Ennui's room was my favorite out of all of them, and I think that's probably going to stick with those dark blacks and purples and charcoals is most definitely my favorite room of all of these. While you guys are down in the description box following our Facebook group, be sure to follow me across all social media sites. That's Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. I am much more active over on Discord and that Facebook group, so if you want to hang out, be sure to find me over there. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll go ding in your inbox every time I post. I'm a small-time content creator looking to continue to grow her channel in 2025, and I hope you guys will continue on this journey with me. Thank you so much for sticking by me on this very long series. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see y'all at the update. Bye, guys!